Hello, and welcome to the Emmy and Trevor show.
Yes, welcome.
I am Trevor.
And I'm Emmy, and I think I want to change that name.
I know, but I'm Trevor, a.k.a. Trevi Pots and Pants. Just want to let everyone know
It's
that.
true, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the name. I think we should
I
change
know.
it.
I know you don't.
We
talked about it last night.
But we did talk about it last night. So I think people just need to be prepared to see like a rebrand.
Yeah.
If you're new here, we have no idea what we're doing.
Oh, no idea. Do you want to tell them about the fun thing that happened yesterday?
Yeah. We recorded an entire episode yesterday, and it was our best.
It was a banger episode.
It was so good.
It was a banger episode.
Why are you drinking blue liquid out of a tequila bottle? What is happening?
I didn't have any glass bottles.
This is part of the problem.
I'm listening.
You just do crazy shit.
Well, how is this crazy?
And then you throw me off.
How is this crazy?
You're drinking blue liquid.
Yes.
Is that Kool-Aid? What are you drinking?
No.
And why is it in a tequila bottle?
First off, a vodka bottle. I didn't have any glass bottles, and I didn't want to keep it in plastic.
Your Kool-Aid?
It's not Kool-Aid. It's blue spirulina.
Why?
It's like an algae. It's good for you.
Who said?
On TikTok.
Oh my God.
It was a doctor on TikTok, for the record.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dr. Huber.
Anyone can put that. Oh my gosh, something's bad going to happen to you.
No, it's good for you.
We don't have kids here today, so we're not going to be interrupted, but we do still have the idiot dog.
Yeah, he's sweet, but he's an idiot.
But we filmed a fantastic episode yesterday, so good, and none of the audio worked. And I feel like we just keep like hitting hang up after hang up with this podcast, and it's been chaos so far. And I would like to get past the chaos, but then you show up with blue water in a vodka bottle. And so the time I'm like, okay, this is it. We're going to get our shit together. We're going to have just a smooth, beautifully paced podcast.
Yeah.
We're going to stay on topic out the window.
You didn't have to acknowledge it.
I didn't have to acknowledge. No, no, thank you.
Why? Taste it.
That's insane.
Taste it. Go ahead. Smells nice.
Well, but you added liquid.
Well, yeah, I added liquid IV, but that's just because I want to be hydrated.
Oh, it doesn't taste like anything.
No, I'm getting so healthy.
I'm going to do some research on that for you because you're not the king of like attention to details. You don't do a whole lot of research into things. You just kind of like eat on TikTok and you're like,
no,
Rogan mentioned it.
Well, I mean,
Has he talked about this?
No, I've never seen anything about it.
Then I wouldn't trust it.
Oh, wow. If I would have said yes, you'd be like, see?
If Joe said that we should be drinking it, I would drink it. Can you put the lid on, though? Because I don't trust you when it comes to that. You're also the king of tipping over your drinks. Please put it away.
I'm thirsty.
We're supposed to be staying on topic.
I know, and you derailed us by talking about my cool blue beverage. It's blue spirulina.
I feel like
good for you.
Cry. I feel like I want to cry because I keep thinking this is going to be it. This is going to be the time we figure this out. And yesterday was it. And then the mics didn't work. And
yeah, but then,
I'm
you know
not
what?
pointing fingers, but I wasn't in charge of mic setup.
Yesterday's podcast was really good. It was a good
so
one,
good.
and it sucks that there's a couple banger parts.
I know, but there's a couple parts I'd like to know.
There's a couple parts that we should
redo in this.
Yeah.
one?
No, yeah.
But we are working on it. We're working on like fine tuning this, and it's been a huge learning curve.
Huge.
It's been like a fun venture for me and you for sure. And I just love sitting down to talk to you.
Yeah.
So it's like even though there was no audio recorded yesterday, I
Yeah.
still was like this was such a good conversation.
Yeah.
And I think that's the point, right? We want to layer those conversations, but we are still figuring it out. Like, and usually we're interrupted by kids. We bicker. It is just life. And that was our vision from the start, was that we would just sit down and have conversations and record them. And we wouldn't try too hard, but we keep hitting hangups. Like our camera keeps dying mid-film. Our kids come in and interrupt a lot. They're not here today, but they typically are like interrupting and crying in the background because that's our life. And they're here when we podcast. And yeah, we've just had a lot of like issues along the way in trying to figure this out. Our first few episodes have been utter chaos.
A fun chaos.
Yeah, fun chaos.
Chaos nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that?
The critter.
You think so? We have a critter in our kitchen.
But I've never seen it.
I've never seen
its like poo anywhere.
So I think it might be a Ratatouille situation where he's just kind of taking what he needs.
He can take whatever he needs.
Yeah, it takes whatever he needs.
Yeah.
But I sealed up the hole,
feel like, what's his name? Can we name him like Gunther or something?
Gunther.
Yeah. Gunther's my favorite little mouse from Cinderella.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Is that the fat one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cute.
Okay. So anyways.
Yeah, because yesterday we essentially were talking about being roommates.
No, not becoming roommates.
Not becoming roommates.
Yeah.
It's literally what I said earlier.
No, you didn't.
Cat.
And now I hear noises outside. I'm so distracted.
Well, just don't be.
That's true.
Just
if it's an intruder, though.
Then it'll be a bad day for the intruder. Got a lot of pent-up rage deep down in me. And
wow.
Go ahead with the not becoming roommates. See, what happened is is I brought it up organically.
I'm freezing up.
And then you
didn't bring
hit
it up
me with a cut.
I'm sorry.
I did.
And that's been part of our problem with this process because we don't agree on most things.
No.
We don't agree on the filming. We don't agree on the editing is kind of my thing, but we don't agree on like the logo, how we should talk about things, what we should talk about. We don't agree on
because
so
I
much
want to
of
just
it.
have fun and then talk about this stuff.
It has to be useful to
I know
people
it's
listening.
useful, but we can have a little fun beforehand. People get to know us a little bit. I don't want it to be like, and today. So today on the docket,
You don't have to make that voice. Nobody had to make that voice.
We're talking about trauma. Now, trauma is.
Said you had to do that.
But I don't want to. I want to just have fun.
But we could have very naturally.
Because I did. Like, I said a few episodes ago, we talked about X, Y, Z, and you were like, "Yeah, don't say a few episodes ago." It doesn't matter. Because what happens if somebody just listened to this episode and they go, "Oh, they were talking about that, similar to that"? I'm going to go back and listen to it.
Okay, well then, fine.
Yeah,
I'm wrong.
I'm about to hit my second.
I'm wrong. You're
about to get my second.
I'm not going to apologize. I just said I'm wrong. You're right.
Oh, that's huge.
That's
too.
what you're getting.
That's huge too. That's huge for me.
Anyways, this is how we keep our spark alive.
Yes.
We fight a lot.
We don't fight that much.
We talked about fighting last time is what we talked about.
Oh,
and how that's like normal. We are very feisty and like playful with each other. And I think for us that is the thing that keeps us from becoming roommates, even though we go through that cycle a lot.
But it's also, we have a level of comfortability with each other.
Yeah.
I think
we're very comfortable.
Essentially, you want to be weird with your partner. Be weird with them. That's a good way to keep the spark alive. We'll start there.
Yeah, be silly.
Be silly. Like have fun. Back in the day, I wouldn't do it now because they cost so much money, but Emmy would be in the kitchen and I would go, "Hey Emmy, think fast." And I would throw like an egg
at me.
Not at you.
Yeah,
I would toss an egg to you.
Yeah.
And she would like fumble and like try to catch it and it would fall and it'd break and it'd be like a funny thing.
Dude, we had like a whole Vine series.
We had a whole Vine series of it. But then now eggs are $800.
Yeah, we can't do the egg thing anymore. And the rule was that if the person dropped it, you have to clean it up.
Whoever threw it, if it breaks, that person cleans it up.
Yeah, we wouldn't recommend that.
No,
right?
but
that was a fun, silly little thing, a little tradition, a little like fun tradition. And we are also king and queen of fun traditions.
Yeah, we like a good fun tradition.
We love a tradition.
We love a good fun tradition.
And I think that also helps break up that monotony of everyday life of like, especially as parents, you wake up and you do the same thing day after day after day with like little to no breaks in between. And it's very easy to fall into that roommate phase where you feel like you're just going through the motions, even if you're happy and you still are like, there, but it's like you wake up, you get dressed, you kiss goodbye, someone goes to work, you come home, you eat dinner, you do bedtime routine, you fight bedtime for an hour and a half, and you go to sleep and do it all again. And I think it's very easy to fall into feeling like roommates, which is okay. Like you are going to experience that. It's just
you go through
those ebbs and flows.
Through the motions of it. It is normal. You're not strange or you're not the only person.
Yeah, experiencing it. I think you just have to not allow that to become your normal.
Yeah.
Which can be hard because depending on why you've gotten to that point of feeling like roommates, right? Because it can be a lot of different things. Once you've gotten to that point, I think you just have to be like, okay, I don't want this anymore. Like we have to do something because we've gotten to this point. And whether that's like a mutual agreement or if you just decide yourself, like, okay, things are feeling very mundane and stagnant. I'm going to do this one thing to like shake it up a little bit.
Yeah. Your big thing is like you move furniture a lot.
I do. I love a good furniture move.
Love a good furniture move.
Like we can all do that. We could all reset our physical space. That doesn't require money, skill of any kind. Like if you are going through the motions of life day in and day out and you're like feeling that monotony, which for me is what leads to like, not depression, but like depressive episodes for sure. Yeah. I will like move furniture around because I just want my physical space to change. And I feel like that creates a snowball effect and creating a space that you want to be in.
Yeah.
Right. Can like kind of get you out of that mundaneness. And then I feel like it really is such a trickle effect because once your house and like your physical space is somewhere you want to be, you seek more ways to like make things at home special and a little bit out of the ordinary versus just showing up to your like all white cookie cutter house with your Hobby Lobby decor everywhere.
Yeah. No shade, but
lots of shade. Okay, get a sunset lamp. I'm not special. Lots of people do that too. I'm just saying your physical space should reflect like joy and like fun and those vibes, and that invites the day-to-day not feeling so mundane because you can like literally do whatever you want in your house.
Yeah.
And so it's like you could like throw a light up, put some twinkly lights on, like, put music on, turn the TV off and put music on, like setting the mood in your house.
Yeah, we were a big music family.
Music,
a lot of music.
twinkly vibey lights.
But I think
like,
that's also like people.
and I got very sidetracked there on the furniture move, but because we were talking about little traditions, but that is a little tradition of mine that when things are feeling stagnant or the energy is off or just I feel off or whatever, I move furniture, and that usually creates like a trickle effect for a little bit. But we also have a lot of like fun little traditions. That's my neurotic little, that's my own thing. But I think if you're to that point where you're like, okay, what do I do? Literally start with like moving your bedroom furniture around and adding some vibey lights to your bedroom. Start there.
That's a good place to start.
Start
for
there.
sure. But I think that it comes down to like people always see movies and stuff like that of like a woman in her little, New York apartment. She's reading a book and she's drinking her coffee and there's plants around. And people get
lovely.
It sounds lovely, right? And people get jealous of that and they're like, oh, that's so obtainable or unobtainable. But like you need to romanticize life. And I think that a lot of people don't do that and they just kind of accept the day to day and just be like, well, this is life.
Yeah.
Like you can really have a romantic life by just putting in the effort in ways that don't have to be expensive.
No, little ways to romanticize everyday life.
Yeah, but it starts in the home.
Yeah.
You need vibey lights. I'm just saying, whole house. You need to get rid of your fluorescent.
Yeah, no big lights.
No big lights. Your house rule from our family to yours.
Yeah.
0 big lights.
No big lights.
Like at night, your house should look sexy. It should just be like dimly lit, like you're in a bar.
Yeah, like think about like early dating, right? If you've hit a rut and you've lost that spark and you're getting to that roommate phase, what did you do when you first started dating? And like that for me, I want every day to feel like date night. And it doesn't. We have nights where we eat frozen pizza and exhaustion and go to bed, but we have the ability, honestly, to create such a romantic life for ourselves. And like I love that, treating life like a movie, because it can be in the smallest ways, right? While you're cooking dinner, play the music that would be in that restaurant, light a candle at dinner, like put a fireplace on YouTube and just sit and talk to each other. What were the things that you did in that dating period, and start doing them again? Like start doing them again, little by little.
Relive that old love, relive it, because there's no reason not to.
Yeah. And that's the only way that you're going to get yourself out of that rut, right? And I think the like roommate effect, there's a spectrum.
Yeah, 100%.
You can kind of fall into it, and for a day or 2 or 3 or a week, you hit that stagnant. That's usually when I move furniture. I go like, okay, I'm feeling like stagnant. I'm gonna move the couch to a different wall or whatever. And just because my physical space really affects me, and I've worked really hard to like turn our house from the way we bought it to something that reflects us.
Yeah.
And so noticing when you're entering that like monotony, like, okay, we need a date night.
Yeah.
Doing something to change it. If you're in those early, like, come and go kind of roommate phase. But I think if you've gotten to the further end of the spectrum.
Yeah, it definitely gets harder to do if this has been months or even years of
feeling like roommates.
Feeling like roommates. I think with that,
reignite that.
You have to. And it's a hard realization. So when we were in our like darkest times, when we almost split up, I was the pursuer. I was the one that was wanting to like, let's make it work. Let's go get therapy. Let's figure this out. And you wanted to be done. Yeah. So I still did the things that I did when we first started dating. I still did them. So I think if you're in that, end of the road, kind of like shit or get off the pot, I think you have to just do it for you. Be the kind of spouse you want to be. Yeah. And then if you have kids, like it's really important to do everything humanly possible to give your kids, a nuclear,
You know how I feel about that. I don't think a nuclear family is
I don't mean like that. I'm just saying that like parents in the house.
I think we do owe it to our children to show them
to try
what a marriage can get through. And
but it also is hard
through that.
It's like there's levels to that too.
There are levels to that.
Like,
but I think if we're talking about becoming roommates as a married couple, especially with kids, I think it is something that a lot of couples go through many times. It's not like you're going to go through it once, figure it out, and never experience it again. You are going to hit these phases where you feel like roommates, where you're in survival mode. So when we have sick kids, we are essentially roommates
Yeah.
at that point because we're tired and we're like all of that, but we're still very loving to each other even in those moments. And I think making sure that even if life is feeling mundane and you're feeling like roommates, like whatever, you need to be connecting throughout all those things.
Yeah. It sounds crazy at times where it's like whenever you're in those, like, because you don't have the energy or the capacity
To really be like someone's spouse. You're in survival mode of like, all of my kids are sick.
But it's like you almost have to be like, no, I'm doing this for me. Like I like running you baths. Like I like doing that for you. I like laying out your clothes for you, like your jammies and stuff. I like cooking for you.
Yeah.
I like doing little things for you.
Little romantic
gestures. I leave notes around the house for you.
Yeah.
And you do the same. But it's just little romantic gestures.
The point I was trying to make was that.
Did I get off topic?
No, I think we're
just riffing.
I think we're riffing.
Honestly.
We're just chatting. Your foot in the shot. You did that last time too, and you had your feet up on the table and you were wiggling your naked toes in front of the camera. People have to pay extra for that.
Oh yeah, sorry. Can we talk about hobbies for a second, please?
I guess that's where we're going. Can we just wrap up our previous?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Like, if you found yourself in the roommate phase, or when you find yourself in the roommate phase, first of all, you're normal. There's nothing wrong with you.
Nothing wrong.
And if there is something going on in your marriage that is causing that, address it. Have a hard conversation.
Yeah, that's huge too. People think that they have to keep it to themselves.
Yeah, just have the conversation. And it's going to get messy.
Like if you're at the end of your rope and you feel that your marriage is like, you're in your mind, you're like, I am done.
Yeah.
Rather than, I think a lot of people just go like, I want a divorce.
Oh, then it's just done.
And it's just over versus like talking to your spouse and being like, hey, like this is how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
Like we need to figure something out and make this work.
Yeah, communicating a lot.
Just communicate about it. And it'll be hard conversations. We've had very hard conversations where it's, it ends in a huge fight.
Yeah.
And I come to the back of the house, and all my pillows and blankets are piled up on the floor.
I haven't done that to you in so long.
I know, but you've done it. And one of these days, dude, I'm going to do it to you. You're going to come to
my feelings would be so
and I'm going to have your blankets and pillows
how could he treat baby girl like this?
Piled by the door.
Why?
And then I'm just going to be sitting in the room with a smirk on my face. Like, how does she like it?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to do it to you one of these days.
That's insane.
Stay on my good side. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
Stay on my freaking good side.
Yeah. You're normal, but don't let it become your normal. That should be a quote.
That should be. You're normal, but don't let it become normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. You heard it here first.
If you're going through something hard, you're normal, but don't let it become your normal.
That's deep.
I thank you. But I think it's true.
No,
I think you have to acknowledge, like, okay, this is okay that we're experiencing this. We're not alone. This is not abnormal when you're in a relationship. Relationships are so hard, but don't let it become the normal. Like, don't accept it for like, okay, well, I guess this is what it is forever, right? Talk to each other. Like, just have a conversation.
Yeah.
Have a conversation, rip that Band-Aid, because a conversation's going to be had either way. Talk about it. And this, you might disagree with me on this, but I'm a huge advocate for this. If you just cannot muster up the conversation for whatever reason, like I cry a lot. And so there's times where I'm like, if I try to talk about this with him, I'm going to cry. And then we are very like feisty with each other. So if I think it's just going to cause an argument,
or you're going to say,
I will text you.
No.
I am so much better with words in writing. Because then I can't say something mean. You have to really think about
things.
Do not. I text you honest things that you don't like to hear or want to talk about. That's different. I do not text you mean things. What do I text you that's mean? Stop with the zins. You're so gross.
Why am I gross?
That's gross. And then you derail my whole thought process.
What I'm saying is I disagree with the text message.
Why?
Because let's say we get in a fight in the morning. Right?
Yeah.
Rather than just talk about it.
Get your foot out of the screen. Why don't you sit up straight?
Because
Thank you.
I like to just cross my legs.
It's fine, but your whole foot is like.
So now you derailed me. So what I was saying is we get in a fight in the morning, and then on my way to work, I get hit with a big long
I
text.
try not to do that to you.
I'm just saying it happens sometimes. And then I have this text, and now all day I'm like dreading.
Fair enough. Okay, work on the timing of your text.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. But I still stand by the fact that if someone cannot muster up the courage for whatever reason to have a hard conversation face to face, and we've been there, if you know it's going to
Don't send the message, though, that we need to talk. Don't ever send that.
No, I'm saying really think out what you're feeling and send it. That's your spouse. Why can't I send you a paragraph of what I'm feeling? You do it while you're dating. Why wouldn't you do it while you're married? I'm better with words. If I can sit down and think through my thoughts and have to choose my words wisely and thoughtfully, I am very honest in text. I'm not saying that they're nice and sweet.
No, I know.
It's what I need to say.
No, I know.
But you and I also like interrupt each other and cut each other off a lot. And I think probably most couples do.
Yeah.
And I just feel like in text, you're kind of forced to wait your turn. You're forced to hear everything that person had to say. Then you get to respond. I will stand by that. I don't care how weird that seems to people. When you really think about it, like that was one of our main forms of communication when we didn't live together. And so, and maybe that's, no, but we were long distance.
I know.
We had to text.
No,
and I just think that for couples who have a hard time sitting down and having a productive conversation, I think that is few and far between. I think most couples cannot do that because we're emotional.
Yeah.
I think texting is a fantastic option, and I wish people wouldn't be so weird about it because you're my husband. Why can't I text you a paragraph of how I'm feeling, honest feelings, and then you get to read that? You now know how I feel versus, which is what I did the first time. I sat with my thoughts alone. We fought all the time, and I didn't say anything. And then what I did say was like, I think I'm done. Versus sending you weeks before that a paragraph that's like, hey,
yeah,
here's how I'm feeling.
I just think
hear me out.
The same way there are love languages, I think there's like argument languages, and I'm not a strong writer. I mean, I can sit and write on a computer, but whenever I have my emotions into it,
and I don't need you to be a strong writer.
So then whenever you send me a big long thing about how you're feeling, it's, you know, the things that I'm failing at, and I'm not saying that in like you're like you. I'm just saying that like if I self-actualize and go like, oh.
But I think I am a you because I do overthink every single aspect of our life. So where you and I can get in an argument and it was about the hammock, that was it. And it was just like, it's because you didn't want to get the hammock and I wanted out. For you, that's it, right? I go, he didn't get the hammock right when I asked him. So he must be way lazier than me. I don't want to be with the lazy. And like in it spiral, it's so deep for me.
I know, but it's...
And for men, it's not. For men, it's like, I just got off work and I don't want to...
Even for men. You got on me. Let's just tell them what happened.
Okay.
Okay, so we were at the thrift store.
The Spark Notes version.
A few days ago, we went to the thrift store. We saw a hammock.
I wanted it.
The next day, I go to pick up my daughter from school. She calls me and says, hey, can you go pick up the hammock? I say, sure. On my way to get Olivia, we go in. I go in. It's not, I don't see it. Because the box, I thought I saw it.
Oh my gosh, get to the point. He bought me a hammock.
I bought a hammock. I get home. It's in the car. My son comes in. Dad, can you get the hammock?
Because we had talked about the hammock all day.
No, I'm not going to get out of the car right now. Like, I just got home. Before I can even, my next sentence comes out, she's mad at me because I didn't go get it.
Because just go get the hammock. It'll take you 3 seconds.
She didn't even, she missed because she got mad at me too soon, is I said, there's no rope in the bag.
You said there's probably not even rope
in there. So she was like, you're negative.
You're so negative.
I'm not, because
how do you know?
Because the box, the hammock is meant for like a metal rack. And there's no metal rack. It's just the hammock in the box. I knew there was no rope. And so what do? I go get it out of the car.
Yeah, but after we thought about it for about 20 minutes.
I open it up. There's no rope.
Cool.
Okay.
But you could have just...
But what I was going to say afterwards, I was going to say, I'll need to go to the store and get some rope. But you jumped in and got mad at me.
You wouldn't have done that.
Yes,
if you just told the boys, like, no, I don't want to do that right now, boots would have been off and you would have been in your corner spot on the couch.
I would have put my shoes on and I would have went to the store and got the ropes.
I call BS. I call BS.
Yes, but that's what I was going to say.
I call BS.
We'll never know because you cut me off. So I went to the store. I hung it up. That's what we fought about.
Anyways, a text message could have solved all that. And it's, I think it's not, I don't text you on your way to work to bother you. It's more of a like, hey, can we perhaps discuss this later? And here's how I'm feeling. But I will work on the timing because I do see how that would affect your workday.
The worst is if I'm going to like golf or something like that, and then we get into like a little spat before.
Yeah, which is every time.
And then I get a little, or if I go play Dungeons and Dragons, I get a little message before.
I do not bother you at Dungeons and Dragons. Take that right back.
Want the first time you did?
No.
Yes.
No.
Very upset with me.
Upset with you and like texted you a mean thing at Dungeons and Dragons?
Not a mean thing, but you texted me like, maybe it was one of those like as I'm leaving of like a have fun, but like I know that you don't want me to have, like you aren't.
It's not about that I don't want you to have fun. It's that.
And when I go and do these things, the whole time I can't even enjoy myself because I go, my wife's mad at me.
Yeah, I usually am.
Don't be though.
But you take so much time for yourself.
But I offer time to you and you don't take it. I offer you all of the time in the world.
But I get called 17 times when I'm out of the house.
No.
You don't get.
When you're gone for 2.5 hours at Starbucks and I call you of like, hey, what do you want for dinner?
No.
That's not me.
That's you go, no rush, but what time you think you're coming back? And I go, right now.
No, that's not.
Yes, it is. I am called every time I'm out and about.
Then I'll work on.
Thank you. It literally immediately I'm like, Beacon, they need me. And then I'm like, you shouldn't be out anyways. What do you need to be out for and have hobbies for anyways?
That's my bad. You should get hobbies.
I need hobbies. I know.
Would that be a fun one to ask?
And I think that
the viewers is like, I guess women, like, what are your hobbies? And I feel like everyone's going to say, I don't have any hobbies.
I think we have hobbies that we don't even notice or acknowledge as hobbies. And I think skincare, absolutely. I mean, that's also just like women, we are a little bit more high maintenance. So that is also just part of normal hygiene.
Am I high maintenance?
No, you're not high maintenance at all.
Dramatic.
Your attitude is, but like as a physical being, no.
That's cool. I like that.
But what I will say, you having so many hobbies leads me to feel like your roommate, because I do feel like there have been times where your effort is going further into your hobbies than me. And I think that is probably fairly common in couples, especially if you've reached a point where you're not happy.
Yeah.
And your spark has kind of died. And then you both get really deep into your hobbies. That could drive you further away. I think people should be careful about that. But again, have a conversation.
Yeah.
I think it always comes back to that. Send a text.
Yeah.
Early on, like second hole. Throw off his whole game.
No, don't
throw off his whole game.
Don't do that.
He'll learn.
No.
And then he'll stop going golfing.
What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to just
talk
to him the next day.
Fucking
he's going to be drinking on the golf course.
I hate the hobby of golf. It's such an annoying hobby, because you guys prepare for the day for months. And you spend so much money on the equipment and the shoe. And then day of said hobby.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to leave early because I got to get some wings in before we start. So you leave 2 hours early.
An hour.
We're going to settle on an hour and a half. That's that. Leave an hour and a half early. I'm like, you're leaving at 7 a.m. I'm like, you said you're golfing at 11. You're like, I just got to head out early.
No,
okay.
It takes 45 minutes for me to get to the golf course. So I got to leave early just to get there on time. And I want to hit some practice balls to warm up.
Then he gets there, and it doesn't matter if it's 9 holes or 18. It always takes 6 to 8 hours.
Similar golfing with Evan. I was back. You were like, you're home already? I golf 9.
That was a once in a lifetime.
Well, yeah.
Because it is hours. It's hours.
It's a long day.
And then you're already pissed off, and he calls you, and he's like, hey, the guys all want to go to lunch. And then you can't be the only bitch wife that's like, no, you can't go. But really, that's what you're like feeling at home. And then he goes to lunch, and they have some beers. And then his ass strolls back in 12 hours later, like a puppy dog in trouble. Like, I know I was gone too long, but you're going to love me anyways.
You're unhinged.
And it happens every time. I hate the hobby of golf.
You're joking.
And I want it to be abolished for all women. No, I'm doing this for all women. Women deserve for golf to be abolished because it's taking too much attention away from us. Our effort from our men needs to be in our marriages and not golfing with the boys. Like at some point.
Okay, are you done? Because
I'm done. I'm done.
I pour so much into you. Are you kidding me?
That's not a hobby. You running me a bath is not a hobby.
Not that. I literally, this woman, she's shit talking on my hobbies.
I'm saying golf might be ruining people's marriage. They might not even know it. Golf might be ruining your marriage.
No, you're insane.
I'm not. If I am, I'm not.
You never see like whenever it's like a CEO is talking about like, oh, we got to cut budgets, but they're making a bunch of money. That's her. Float around this house. You are I'm talking about theoretically. You are so taken care of.
I know.
You're spoiled. Absolutely.
I know. You guys treat me like.
If I want to go golf with my buddies for a couple hours, and by the way, it's not every weekend. It's not even every other weekend. It's probably once a month.
Yeah.
At minimum.
Yeah. But what do I do for 12 hours by myself once a month? Nothing. I can't even take a bath.
Hey, when have you asked?
I would never because I could never. Okay, I don't feel like I could is the thing.
It's not 12 hours. That's bananas.
It's 10.
No, it's probably like 5.
Oh, no.
Realistically.
Well, can we settle on 6, which is half of my 12, and you said 5? We'll go with 6.
Sure.
What do I do by myself for 6 hours?
Just whatever you want to go do.
I don't feel like I can.
Okay, well then let's work on that.
Let's work on that.
And I tell you all the time, you want to go get out of the house?
But what am I going to do for 6 hours?
That's not my...
It's not your fault. I'm just saying.
Do for 6 hours. find a hobby.
That that hurt.
I'm sorry.
You said that.
I don't mean to be hurtful. I'm just saying that, like, I feel like girls don't get it when a guy has a hobby, because really, when you become an adult man,
I'm getting uncomfortable. I'm
the
shutting down.
The friends that you grow
I'm
up
shutting
with,
down right now.
like for me, I golf with my childhood friend. It's the only time we spend time together.
What would I do?
Time.
What would I do?
I have no
for 6
idea,
hours.
but you should figure it out because it's good for you.
But then I'm just spending money. How much is golf? And don't estimate down.
No, I'm not.
$200
What?
every time you go?
Absolutely.
But you have the shoes. Like, I'm gonna need shoes for my hobby.
No, I'm gonna
need
once at
equipment
at a bargain golf shop
hobby.
for $30.
Whatever hobby it is, I'm gonna need an outfit.
Okay, answer me this.
I'm gonna need a special bag.
Answer me this. The other day when you walked out of the house, what did I give you? Whenever you were when you were going to town, going to like March.
Yeah, you gave me $100.
I gave you $100 and said, enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
So I give you money to go do things.
Yeah.
Golf probably is like $30.
I don't want to do that though.
I know, but it's $30. I'm not.
So then I need help brainstorming. I don't know what I would do when I leave the house because I don't know what I like.
That's a lot of issues girls have.
I don't know what I don't know what I enjoy doing because my mind is 24/7 in motherhood. 24/7, like that's who I am. And so everything I do, I'm like, is this serving my children? And I have to get past that. Yeah. But I'm also really proud of that. I'm also very proud of that.
Quality to have.
And people say like the gym, but to me, that's just like a necessity, right? If I feel like I want to be in the gym, I don't think that should have to count as my hobby time. I'm sorry.
No.
So then I'm like, for 6 hours, what would I do? And then I automatically go to like serving other people to where I'm like, how does that serve anyone? Could I go do something that's going to make my like kids happy? Could I go do something? And then my bucket's never full. It's always like depleted because I'm like constantly trying.
Pour into yourself.
No, because I'm like,
it's very
for what? But I don't know what I would do for 6 hours. Like,
but it doesn't have to be for 6 hours.
But if it, let's just like pretend. Okay. Let's pretend like I'm going to leave the house for 6 hours. Yeah. Okay. Number one, I'm going to stop for a coffee. So should I sit down? I should go inside and sit down at Starbucks for a couple hours. That's a lame hobby.
But it's not.
Okay.
But you enjoy doing it. So if you go in and you want to edit a video or do you want to like.
And then what? I'm not doing that for 6 hours. And that's when I go, just go home. Just go home.
You're putting a time limit on it. Like it has to be some equal time. It doesn't have to be. It's just whatever you want to go do for the length of time that you want to do it. I think
that's a huge difference between I don't enjoy being out of the house for that long. And so I feel like the middle ground for us is like if your hobby takes 6 hours when you do it, I don't necessarily want that much time away. Yeah. I feel like I need more often alone time, and you're great about it. You don't ever, it's me. It's taking the time and not feeling guilty. And I have been crippled by mom guilt lately. I cannot get over the fact that like, well, is this going to damage my child? Are they going to hate me for this? Am I the worst mom for sitting in my car alone for an hour? My kids probably wonder why I don't want to be around them. That's so sad. They're going to grow up and be like, my mom never wanted to be around me. And it's this crazy spiral that happens in moms' brains. It's exhausting.
I can imagine.
It's exhausting. And I feel like in one way that I have channeled that feeling into becoming a mom that I'm very proud of.
Oh, yeah, you're a great mom.
And so I do like that that's in my mind all the time in one sense, because I channel it a lot. When I feel guilty about something, I go, okay, well, maybe you should feel guilty about that thing. If that's bugging you all the time, change it.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I kind of like make friends with my mom guilt and channel it and like, okay, you can't ignore that you feel bad about that thing every day, but then you don't do anything different. Yeah. So I change it, but then it like really robs me of our experience because I overthink and I lead myself to a point of like burnout and despair that I'm like, how do I come back from this? And so I think I need more moments of solitude, like not every day, but like.
You want to buy you a greenhouse? What if I made you a little put a little greenhouse in the backyard?
Well, I really want a sunroom over the deck.
That's very expensive. I'm saying a little greenhouse in the back. Full of plants.
Yeah.
Put a little pond in there or something.
Oh, I don't want a pond.
Ah, damn it, dude. I just want fish.
I don't want a pond. I don't want something to take care of.
A little water feature with the cute little guppies in it. You can go and sprinkle a little food in.
Yeah.
And you can just sit out there in the rain.
That's fine, but I need like literally.
Ask her, she wants a solarium.
I want a solarium at some point. I feel like your greenhouse idea also is adding up. So don't treat me like.
The greenhouse is going to cost like
okay, but no cost, right? And off the bat, I could every day. When you get home, and not the second you walk in the door, because I know being a working parent is also, I know I've been there. Yeah. Okay. But like at some point before we just continue on with our day, I need like an hour in the car by myself.
Little car ride?
Yeah. Me going in my room or trying to take a bath, that's out for me at this point because I am interrupted every 7 minutes. I timed it the other day.
Did you?
I did. The longest I went without someone saying my name or coming in, like seeking me out, was 7 minutes, 23 seconds.
Can I, if Your Honor, Your Honor, if I may interject?
Yes, what?
I think that when it comes to either myself or our two oldest boys, they genuinely just want to take care of you.
Oh, I know.
So it's like, are we allowed to say the kids' names? Have you said their names in the podcast before?
I think we've said their names.
Okay.
Yeah.
So our oldest son, Calvin, he's
like, do you need water?
He is,
want chocolate?
he is a spitting image
sweet.
of me.
Yeah.
If I sleep in, he'll make mom her coffee. And then Henry's like, Mom, do you need anything? And they'll make like snack trays for her.
But Henry usually wants to come and get in with me.
But it's Calvin.
But it's still an interruption.
No, 100%. But it is them. They're really just trying to be like, how can I take care of them?
I know. And I know
understand
that.
where you're coming from. Is that
when you leave, you get to fully disconnect from dad. You are just Trevor with your guys. You're doing something you want to do, right? A game of golf does nothing for the rest of us. It is just Trevor's thing. You don't have to bring anything home from that. You're not grocery shopping. Like, it doesn't serve anyone but you.
I bring you home fries sometimes.
Oh, I know you do. But I'm saying even a good interruption, I'm still mom then. Then I'm still mom.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going to get interrupted through my whole alone time to recharge, I've still been mom the whole time. And so it's like, I really need like more often to either sit in the car. I love to sit in the car. I freaking love it. Or to go to Starbucks and like have a coffee and come home. I think I prefer the car ride just because I don't like to be in public.
Yeah.
And then what if someone sees me? No, not paparazzi, but we live in a small town.
We really do.
And like, I don't want to socialize. And I would love to get to a point where I feel like I have a social battery for people, because I don't right now. Like, I have friends that I love and would love to see in real life and hang out with, but I won't make plans because my social battery, I'm like, I just want a moment to myself. I don't necessarily want to have a girlfriend over or to like go to her house or go get lunch or go out and sit for coffee. And so being in public is still, I'm interrupted by other people. Then I people watch and I'm like, although that's really fun too. Maybe I need to be like less. So I think have hobbies of your own, but don't let your hobbies drive you apart. And
also,
if you're
let us know what your hobbies are, ladies.
Oh, I would love to
let us know what your hobbies are. Let us know what your husband's hobbies are.
We all know what that we could all list
if you can get, don't introduce them to Dungeons and Dragons.
No, we could we could list our husband's hobbies. I feel like that's sad. There's lots of male hobbies, and women were like, I wash my face.
That's
true. Like, that's not a hobby. I take a bath. That's not a hobby.
No.
And so it's like, what's our hobby?
My new hobbies.
Car riding? Is that our only hobby as women, or shopping or spending money?
Oh, I'll give you.
Which I love to do as well.
But which reminds me, I got to go buy my fish tank.
You're starting a new hobby.
A new hobby. Yeah. Well, it's for the kids.
That's true.
It's for me.
Yeah. But I'm excited. I'm excited. And that's another thing that we do to just like keep the spark going in our family.
Make life fun.
We're like, hey, it'd be so cute to have a little fish.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. We just have cute little traditions that we do that I feel like really just keeps the spark alive and us not feeling like roommates. And when we do get to those points where we're feeling like roommates, usually one of us notices and is like, dude, do you want to go on a date later? Yeah. Like, do you want to stay up late tonight and binge watch something? And you just notice it and you correct it and you have a conversation. And it's
just to close it out, romanticize life.
Flirt with each other a lot. Yeah.
That's it.
Make an effort.
That's
go to counseling.
Lose all this.
Okay. Okay.
I love
all right.
you guys.
This was fun. We love you.